From the 1, Friesel. Out to the 24. All ones on the scoreboard for Cleveland. They'll go to 0-2. Orlando 1-1 now against the Maulers, 3-0. The offensive machine. Both Orlando and Minneapolis hang some major points on the Vipers. Swing out to Johnny English. It's a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. That game in a couple of weeks. Right. One-handed catch by English. That's a first down. Up to the 39-yard line. Clock is ticking. 45 seconds to go. Right with 3 receivers will spike it.
No gain on the play.
It's a big difference between being down by or losing by 21 and losing by 14. Cleveland would be at -25 after 2 games they got embarrassed in defensively, and that's not terrible. Not good, but certainly could be worse for Cleveland. 2nd and 10 at the 39, right back to throw over the middle. That pass is dropped and incomplete. 3rd down. Dan and Peter waiting back in the SFL studios. Boy, I tell you, in that first half, I thought we were going to get out of here early tonight. I could not have been more wrong, as these two teams put up a lot of fireworks this evening. Orlando did not turn the ball over tonight, and that was huge. Cleveland -3 in the turnover category. As Wright drops to throw, the pass is incomplete. 4th and 10. Wide receivers, 2 in the backfield. This is a 4th down play for Cleveland. They could not convert the 4th down on their previous possession. Wright will drop the throw, short, has to turn the corner, and Friesel does and makes a move, picks up a block, and out of bounds to the Orlando 37. Friesel now 41 receiving yards, and he had that 101-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Friesel made that Orlando defender look ridiculous.
First and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Cleveland now will prepare for 1-1 OKC as that pass is caught. Ref nearly caught it. 2nd and short of the 27. Clock is ticking down. Will Cleveland have enough time? Wright will flip it to Johnny English, and the pass is incomplete. 3rd and 1 with 7 seconds to go. Four receivers, Hail Mary formation with 7 seconds on the clock. And Caleb Wright dropping back to throw. He'll fire it deep into the end zone, and the pass is knocked away and incomplete. And that is the end of the football game. Once again, man, just couldn't get Dan and Peter in here quick enough. Oh, look at the final numbers. 569 yards of offense for Orlando, 5 out of 5 for Cleveland. Orlando 347 rushing yards, and those turnovers were huge. Zach Parker, a little flip out. This is way back at the start of the third. We're going to be here for a long time on this highlight reel. That third quarter scored a record 49 points. Here was the start of it all, down 28-10. Mackenzie Friesel with 2 spin moves was off to the races. A 101-yard kickoff return that got Cleveland back in this football game. 28-17. Next, Cleveland Viper possession. Watch a little misdirection from Caleb Wright, and he fires to a wide open Scott King. That made it 28-24. Vipers down just 4, and here they come. Cameron Brantley, 12 tackles today. Lambert had 7. Wright for the lead. Deep ball to Scott King again. And King was off to the races. 370 yards, 3 touchdowns overall tonight for Caleb Wright, but he did throw 3 interceptions to go along with those 3 touchdowns. And then Orlando decided they would wake up as well. Deep ball to Thomas Gunner helped Orlando build a 35-31 lead. Scott King had 242 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 201 yards and 2 touchdowns in his previous outing. This is when the game turned. Rodney Woods, yet another interception. A beautiful pick. His second of the day. Then Zach Parker straight up the gut. Again, a huge lane. Orlando goes up by 11, 42-31. Then the play of the game for Orlando to send Cleveland spiraling. Right throws a pick. Martinez stepped in front of it, took it back 29 yards. That gave Orlando a 49-31 lead. More Zach Parker, who may or may not have broken a record. We'll find out here just before we go off the air. Absolutely dominant, 326 yards and 4 touchdowns. Caleb Wright, towards the end of the game in garbage time, a touchdown to Scott King. And then Franklin Reese tacked on a field goal, 59-38. Late in the ball game, Friesel makes another big play, but Cleveland fails on their Hail Mary attempt. And that would be the end of it. Player of the game, no doubt. Zach Parker, just under 10 yards a carry tonight, 33 attempts, 326 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Man, what a performance. We are going to check on the all-time record for rushing here before we go off the air. I do not believe that Zach Parker got it. 326 yards. Let's see. Checking the rushing record. No, 381 yards last year for Pete Bruschi. So Parker falls 55 yards short of that. So that's your ball game. Final look at some team stats. 49 points overall scored in that third quarter. And Orlando, after they lost the lead 31-28, found the lead again just that quickly. Some interesting stats for you from the third quarter. Another thing to check from this ball game. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touchdowns scored between 59 and 9-11 in that third quarter, which means 7 touchdowns were scored in 8 minutes and 12 seconds. 59-38 Orlando, 1-1, Cleveland 0-2. From all of us at the Dome in Florida, good night.